Hello and welcome back to another edition of Shatterpoint puzzles here on Bombad Tactics. Let's dive right back into it. For this puzzle, we have Wolfpack attacking Kalani. Now, they are midway through their activation. They have no actions left after this attack. The first guy has went and he has wounded Kalani. Now, the second guy, the guy on the left, still has his attack to make. He is not engaged with Kraken, who's also on this objective, and he cannot see the Magna Guard, who's also on the objective. So right now, it is 2-2, and the Separatists maintain control of this objective. But what's our best path as the Republic to reclaiming it? So for this one, we're actually going to want to punch a wounded Kalani again, if we want to make our odds as good as possible. Because the way we can win this objective, there's three ways, really. Either we attack Kraken and get a double shove at range to get past his steadfast, win it 2-1 on the ground, or we shoot Kraken, get 3 and get a climb, or we punch Kalani, get 3 and get a climb. Of those three options, the climb only needs 3 down the tree versus double shove needs 4 down the tree, so that's more likely. And punching is better than shooting because of these guys' expertise, but also because they get extra dice in melee from Pack Hunter. So our best course of action is to punch a dead guy and hopefully get 3 down the tree to get the climb. Our next activation will be a Handmaiden activation. We'll say they've already used a move action and expose flank. So now they just have the attack that's left. They also have their friend Ahsoka close by. However, only one of the Handmaidens is within 4 of the objective. Both Handmaidens have range 4 on Lando though. Ahsoka does not have range 4 on Lando. Who should the Handmaidens attack this activation to flip the objective? So the answer for this one is that we're going to have to attack Paplu at least once. Because if both attacks go into Lando, even if we wound him, it's unlikely that we're going to get a reposition by running the tree on the Handmaidens. We might get a jump, and one of them could get into range on the lower level on this objective. However, we'll still be tied 1-1 with Luke, and we won't flip the objective. If at least one shot goes into Paplu, then Ahsoka can use her reactive ability, jump up, also hit Paplu, and then she only needs 2 successes down her tree to get a reposition, which would push her from one building to the other, claiming the objective by being on the correct elevation. It's always a handy trick to remember that range 4 is a little bit more than a dash plus range 2. For our final puzzle, we'll look at a Rebel activation, this time with Leia. At the start of her activation, we have a heavily damaged but not yet wounded Ewok Hunter unit on this objective along with Mother Talzin. Leia is not on the objective. Far away in an undisclosed location where miniatures are unpainted, we have Chief Chirpa, who is pinned and outside contesting range on an objective. How can we end this activation controlling both objectives? So to do this, we're going to have to pull a Cassian, and by that I mean we're going to have to kill our own guy. Taking Leia's objective is pretty simple. We could just move on to it and we would win it. However, Chirpa's is a little harder. To start, we'll use Leia's tactic to tell him to advance, and instead he removes the pin. Then, Leia can use Explosive Charge on her own objective. This will deal 2 damage both to Mother and the Hunters if we don't dash them away. However, we'll keep them there. We'll take the 2 damage and become wounded. Then, Chief Chirpa's tactic will allow him to get a move of some sort, depending on what the die roll is. Regardless, he can move and capture his objective. Then, Leia just needs to get a shove on Mother Talzin to win her own objective 1-0. So that's it for today. Have a good one.